Hey, it's Kassy. Today we're going to use these two new Vicki Boutin supplies, part of her new collection with Sizzix, and I'm going to show you how to make this really beautiful, happy, bright, ready for spring, fun canvas piece. So it's a canvas. It is got lots of really beautiful flowers, and if you watch the video, you'll get to see how I made it, and you can make your own. And make sure, if you do make one, to share with me on social media, anywhere. Just tag me, Kassandra Louise Designs. I would love to see what you make. Have fun. All right, so we are going to make a 6x6 inch canvas. Kind of nice and thick it is. It's pre-stretched and got gesso on it already. It's ready to go. So I'm using some of the new releases from Sizzix and Vicki Boutin, and I'm very excited. So she has, she's got more than this, but these are the things I'm going to work with in this video. So she does have a 4-pack of new stencils with Sizzix, very exciting, called Buildables Backgrounds #1. So I think that means there'll be a #2. And I have already used this to make a project, and I used the hearts, and they are outstanding. So I think today I'm going to use a different one. I really love this one, but I was also kind of thinking about this one. So I don't know. I'm going to keep them both out, and we'll see how it goes, okay? Because I can't decide right now. Okay, and then the other set I'm using is the Stamps and Framelits from Vicki Boutin. It's got 16 stamps and 35 dies, which is really amazing. And this one is called Floral Layers #1 as well. Okay, and again, it comes with a set of dies, lots of floral dies for layering and different sizes and all of that, and a stamp set as well. So not sure what I'm going to use of this, but we'll just keep it off to the side and bring it in when we need to. So I really love this turquoise green. This is Amsterdam paint from acrylic paint from Royal Talents, and it's pretty magnificent. So we're just going to start there because you cannot go wrong when you start with turquoise green. So, and I don't really know what I'm going to do yet. All I know is I'm using Vicki Boutin, and I'm going to use some fun bright colors. And that's all I got. So I think we'll just figure it out along the way. And that's kind of the best way that I work. So I don't like a blank canvas. And so I'm just going to start by, let's actually just start with the brayer. You can move it around with a paintbrush or a brayer or the palette knife. I like the interesting sort of texture that's happening here. It's kind of a thicker paint. I am going to work down the sides, so I don't care if this is particularly, you know, special or careful about any of it, really. I got too much paint on here, so I'm definitely just trying to use up some of this paint. I don't need to go everywhere either because I'm going to put some other colors on here, and when I get started with a journal page, with a card base, with a canvas like this, anything, I'm just going, okay? I don't want to think about it too much and worry about like what is going to go where. Okay, I've got a piece of deli paper because I really do need to brayer off some of this paint. I have way too much paint on my brayer here. And so there we go. And we can always use this later for something else. So that's the start of that. And I think I am going to start with this circle, and I've got a baby wipe. And so a really fun technique that you can do here is to just put the stencil over it and pull away some of the paint. Okay, it doesn't have to be everywhere. I don't really want it to be everywhere, but look at how cool that is. It makes like a sort of a bleached out kind of look. And I want to take this all the way to the edge. So I'm just going to move it and just kind of move your, yeah, there we go. That's so great. Okay, so that is my first use of that stencil. Ooh, it's good. It's so good. We'll be using it again, I'm sure. So I'm just going to move it off to the side. Now for cleaning stencils, just as an aside, when I am using acrylic paint, I don't bother to clean my stencil because acrylic paint's not going to hurt it. and I think it just makes it look more pretty. But if you are of the mindset that like you want it to be clean and pristine all the time, then feel free to clean it off. Acrylic paint is pretty easy to clean off of your stencil if you want, especially when it's wet. You just take a wet paper towel or baby wipe and rub the paint off, no problem. But I don't really mind. I kind of like it, so I'm gonna leave it. Okay, so before I move on to the next, well actually, ooh, why don't I do this? Let me just bring this back. I think I want some of this pattern on the edges too. The edges are great, especially if you're working on a canvas. It's nice to do something to the edges. You could just make them black and that looks really nice. Depending on your project and what you're going for, that might be the right solution. But oftentimes I really like to just make the edge of the stencil be like an extension of whatever is going on the front here. So added that pattern to the sides, and that really looks great. It makes me happy. So I'm going to dry this and then we'll do the next thing. Okay, so now I want to use some of this permanent yellow from Golden So Flat. And let's see, feels like it's almost empty. Ooh, it is almost empty, but that's okay. I'm just gonna pour it right on because I know kind of where I want it to go. And I'm going to move it around a different way so you can see a couple different ways that you can move paint around. That's a pretty good amount. I want some over here, maybe a little bit more, and then maybe a tiny bit down here. Okay, so let's just see how that goes. So this time then I will use my palette knife to just scrape it. Okay, and this looks really cool. Look at how fun and interesting that is. Okay, so we're just going to do that. I'm going to turn it. You can just, this is your canvas. You just do whatever you want. Ooh, look at that. I love the way that looks. Okay, that's exciting. So definitely try different tools, okay? Don't just always use your paintbrush or always use a brayer, whatever it is. Try different tools, see what you like, see what feels good, and just experiment. Just kind of move that paint around. Yeah, this is looking really, really good. Okay, and then I want to kind of do the same thing with this other pattern, just a little bit here, because I do like the scratchiness. I don't like that as much. Okay, so this is just a fun experiment that we're doing. So I tried something, I didn't really love it, and it didn't give me as much of the pattern as I was hoping for, so maybe we can try that a different way, or maybe we just don't use it on this project. But that's okay. That's what you're supposed to do. All right. So I love the yellow on here. It's nice and bright. It's cheerful. It's livening this up a bit. I do want to carry the yellow onto the side. I don't need all the white to be covered. I'm just doing little bits here and there. Okay. I'm kind of off screen with part of this, but I am just dipping this brayer in, or excuse me, the palette knife into the that pot of paint. Okay, so I can pick up some more paint, and then there we go. Ooh, that's cool. Okay, and then just making sure I get a little bit on every corner here. Okay, and we're gonna add a third color, so I don't need to go crazy. Okay, I think that's great. Let me clean up and dry this layer. Here we go. Beautiful blue, love it. I'm gonna brayer it on again. Just do a smaller section. Really get a lot of paint on here. Okay, trying. Now I'm going to move this out of the way, and I'm going to bring in the tissue paper, which is nice and flat. Let's see if this gives us anything better. So now I'm just going to, yeah, I should get a clean one, but that's okay. This is fine. Let's see if we get some better coverage. Ah, it's so much better. Isn't that good? So much better. Okay. I like this. This is good. We can use this, all right? So now let me quickly dry it, okay? And we're gonna tear around the edges. We don't want any excess. It's okay if a little bit of it is torn off. Okay, let's see. All right, that looks really good. All right, get rid of the excess tissue. So now I'm gonna tear this and I'm gonna just let it be what it is. Put a little bit right there. We're gonna use the matte medium. You just want a nice liquid adhesive, okay? And you wanna make sure your surface is dry. Mine is dry. And we're gonna put some down here. I'm just gonna use my finger because it's real easy to just move it around, make sure it's getting everywhere I want it to go. It's going down the side a little bit because this is gonna kind of hang over the edge. Here we go. Now we're gonna stick this down and then we're gonna put more on top, okay? It's really important that you put it underneath and on top. That's really gonna help the tissue paper to become more transparent or translucent. So then you just have your image, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, you can see a little bit of the tissue, but not really that much. And depending on what type of tissue you're using, you just want to be delicate and careful. Don't press too hard when you're adding the glue. Just kind of lightly wash over it. And now look, you can see the yellow underneath and the turquoise underneath, and you just have this fun darker circle that is repeating these other circles behind there. So we're repeating our pattern, but we're making it darker, a little bit more obvious, and yeah, it's fun and good. Okay, same thing over here. We're just gonna, I put that matte medium down first. See, I wasn't too careful there. It's okay. And then we're gonna put a little bit on top. It's really important to do it on the bottom and on the top. If you only do it on the top or only do it on the bottom, you're not going to get as much of the translucency in the tissue paper. Okay. Or especially if you only do it on top, it'll just look like a cloudy film kind of when it dries. So there we go. I think I do now that I'm seeing these on here. Aren't they cool? I do really like them, and I kind of want one more. So maybe it's going to go sideways and be more off. I really like that section though. I don't want to cover it up. Or maybe it's going to go down here. I think I like that. That looks nice to me. So let's just use it up. Okay. So we got a good amount. Don't be stingy with the matte medium. Just use it up. But you know, be careful. I mean, you don't want to use too much, but you can always pick it up too. You know, if you put too much down, you spread it around or whatever, and you feel like, oh, there's just so much matte medium and I have way too much, then you obviously can, once you're done, you can pick it up, you know, just like blot it with a tissue or something. Okay. So I put it underneath and I'm putting it on top. And I'm just kind of going in a circle motion. It gets it all over. Okay, this is dry. It's looking really great so far. I love how bright and cheerful it is. I love the repeating pattern. I do want to bring this in and just have a couple little spots. And I think I want it to be white. So I'm going to use some modeling paste from Amsterdam. This is a Royal Talons product. I love these pots because they have a nice big opening, so it's easy to get your tools in there and do what you got to do. So modeling paste is really great. It's pretty thick. You can see if you've never used it, it's like a little thicker than frosting maybe. And we're just going to get a little bit. I'm putting it on the back of my palette knife, as you can see here, so that I can easily spread it where I want on this canvas. So I'm just deciding, I just want a little bit here and there. Let's see how it looks. So I'm just going to put a tiny bit here. I'm going to make it really thin, like scraping. So it's pretty nice and thin. I'm gonna lift it first and see. Yeah, that looks really good. Okay. And then I kind of want some more over here. So again, just doing really small area. Notice I'm not using the whole stencil. And I'm just doing it here and there. And I'm going to go down here. I got to hold this up so it doesn't affect that other area. Yeah, looks good. Okay. And it's kind of grungy, which is great. So I've got it in 3 areas. I really like where it is. I might do a little bit on the sides. Just got to be careful because, you know, you obviously don't want to touch that before it's dry. But I think I'm just going to play out. I don't care if it's exactly like the same, you know, continuation. I just want it to be kind of similar there. And I'm getting that excess. So see, it's there and now it's on the side. And maybe I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Okay. Just a little bit. Look at that, perfect. Okay, and then I do want some on this side, but I can't set this down now. So I'm gonna need to grab a little bit more modeling paste. I'm gonna hold it. The other option is to wait for that side to dry and do it. Oh, and which you probably should do because look what I just did. I messed it up. So I'm gonna take my paper towel and just wipe it up. That's okay. It's a little bit lighter now, no big deal. You definitely probably should wait till it's dry. Don't do what I'm doing. I'm very impatient and I want to keep moving forward. So we're just going to try again. And I just kind of want a tiny little bit. There, I did it. Yay, it's done. Okay. So, yeah, I'm not going to put any on top. I'll just let it, or should I? I feel like it should be on all 4 sides. Hold on. Sorry, this is getting a little crazy over here. Maybe I should put it right up here. Yeah, I'll just do a little bit. It's nice to have some stuff going on the edges. Yeah, so sorry if I was off screen there. I'm just really doing just the tiniest bit. See? It doesn't even have to be touching or anything. So now I'm gonna let this chill and dry. Okay, so I want to add some of these flowers to this canvas art that we're doing here. So you remember there are dies and stamps in this set. So what I think I want to do, and I'm just sort of feeling this out as I go, I'm going to move these out of the way, but I think I want to make some gel plate flowers. And I'll show you what that means here as we go. So I'm going to put some stuff off to the side just so I can have some room. And I'm going to use this small gel plate. That's all I really need. And the 2 stencils that we used here in the background. So I want to bring these patterns forward into the flowers so that everything kind of goes together and it's cohesive, okay? So, yeah, so let's do that. So I'm going to use these 2 stencils so that the patterns are the same, but I'm going to switch up the colors, okay? So I've just got a little gel plate here. This is from Jelly Arts, I'm pretty sure, but yeah, use whatever gel plate you have. Okay, and then I do want to use some warm, bright colors that will kind of contrast what is in the background here. So I know we have yellow, and that is on the warmer side of the wheel, of the color wheel, but you know, we've got some turquoise and some blue, and so I just want to add some like pink, orange, kind of, maybe with a little bit of yellow still in it to tie it back in, but I just want it to be kind of contrasty and bright. Okay, so I'm thinking, so I've got this beautiful fluorescent magenta, like probably my favorite color ever. I've got a couple colors here. I've got a lemon. I might mix that with some orange to make a little bit lighter orange. I want kind of like a tangerine kind of color. I've got a couple lighter pinks. So I'm just going to start here and see where we go. And I kind of like to let things just flow and you know, work itself out. So I think I'm going to start with the fluorescent magenta. Now this is a fluid acrylic, so it might, I've got a real thin layer on here already. I was playing with this, doing something else, but we'll start with this, and I think I'm going to use it with this as the background first. Sorry, I'm just thinking it through as we go. I'm putting a little extra. This is a fluid acrylic, so I just want to make sure I have good coverage. I'm getting my brayer back out. And, oh yeah, look at that. Oh, it's so good. This is like, I mean, man, this is the best color ever. Okay, and then wipe off your brayer. Just roll it out. And then when you sit your brayer down, sit it this way, not this way, because if you let your brayer sit like this, if it's just for a minute, it's no big deal. But over time, you could get kind of a flat spot if you let it sit too long, especially depending on how hard this wheel is, because there's different types of brayer wheels. So just a tip. Okay. So then I want to pull off some of this color. And so we're just going to work on this piece of computer paper, just basic computer paper, okay? Nothing fancy or special. We're going to pull off some of that color, and I'm just going to keep going. I want a little bit more. I might have put a little too much paint on, but no big deal. I'm going to pull this off. Look at the, oh, I'm so excited. I get really, really fired up about this process. It's so fun, and especially this color. So that is fluorescent magenta. Now I need to let this layer dry. It shouldn't take too long. But once this is dry, we can put the next layer on, and I'm just going to keep working on this piece of paper, and I can even layer on this paper, and then what I will do is take this paper and cut the flowers out of it, so we have really fun, kind of funky flowers, okay? So we're just going to give it a minute, let this dry. This is another reason to use a really thin layer of paint, because then your paint is going to dry faster, so you can move on to the next step. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty impatient and I just want to keep going and going. So using a thin layer of paint is really helpful for that. While that's drying, I think I want to see if I can make, oh, do I have, there's some left in here, yeah? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to make a tangerine-ish color. So I'm getting a bit of yellow out here. This is lemon from Dina Wakley. And then I've got some, excuse me, vermilion from the Amsterdam paint. And both of those colors are beautiful on their own, but I really do like to mix and see if I can get something else going. So I'm just going to use my palette. I've just on its own for a second here. I'm going to mix this up. I might have added too much orange. Yeah, a little bit. Let's add a little bit more yellow, see what we get. I just want slightly, oops, I use this a lot, so let's get a bit more out here. And you just keep mixing till you're happy. I highly recommend making your own paint colors, you know, mixing and doing this. It really helps you learn paint, you know, and understand it better. And there's this weird bubble here. I think it's from this thing. But anyway, it is a really good thing to do. So let's see here. This is much better. I like this. A little bit lighter and brighter. Okay, so I'm going to put some of this on here. Actually, I can just scoop it up. I was going to do something different, but I changed my mind because I can. Okay, so let's pull this up here. Oh, that's bugging me. Okay, so now I'm going to spread this out. Look at how good this orange looks on that fluorescent magenta. That's a lot of paint, a little bit too much. I wasn't actually planning on doing quite this. I was going to do something different, but I changed my mind. I want to do it a little bit different. So we're just going to pull this print the way it is. So I'm going to let it sit for a second because that's a little bit more paint than I wanted to use there. So I'm just going to let it sit and let the paper adhere to all of that beautiful paint. I can even roll this out on this side. We can print over it. There's no rules here. You're just moving paint around, making some fun patterns, okay? really, really, if you have a gel plate, get it out and have a play. And then you'll end up with a bunch of papers with just some really fun, interesting marks and color on them. And then you can use them to die cut any shapes out of, you know. It's really fun. Okay. I think I need to wait a little bit longer. Let's see how it goes. Okay, that's looking pretty good. You just want to wait long enough for, yeah, that orange is still a little bit dark, but that's okay. This will be a good layering flower pattern. Okay, look at that. It's still really dark, but so cool. I think I want to do this again with a yellow background. So I'm just going to keep playing, but let me do one with an orange base, and we'll just start with the darker orange. Okay, I'm getting all that color on there. And, okay, very good. Move this around. We don't need a ton of paint. Oh, yeah, that's pretty. It's very dark, though. Okay, good, good. And then I'm going to clean off here because I can print on top of that still. And then I'm going to take this one this time, just lay it down, and I'm going to pull up a little bit of that paint. So actually now while this is like this, why don't we do a really light pink so it's super contrasty. And I'm going to put a little bit of super light pink down here. Maybe I'll do a mix. What do you think? So I'll tell you these color names in a minute. That was too much, but that's okay. Let's get this moved around. Okay. And then I want the light one. There we go. Looks good. Just making sure it's like, it's not in all the cracks, but it's pretty good. Okay. And then I'll lift this off. So now we have that pattern, and then we just have the orange in the background around it, which is pretty fun. Okay. And so this is going to make, when I cut these out, then I'll have flowers with just different patterns and colors in them, and they will layer so nicely. And because we're using the patterns that we used before, they will really coordinate back to that background. Okay, I'm going to put some white paint on the background to pull this all up. And just kind of move it around gently. It's pretty well dry, so it should be good. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. You want just a real thin layer. So see how you can still see that pattern underneath? That's what you want, just a real nice thin layer. Okay, and then we're going to go in the middle here on the other side. And then I'm going to do another one with the circles with yellow behind it. I think the yellow with the fluorescent magenta is going to look really good because I want something super bright to pop. Okay. Okay, here we go. Ooh, this is good. Looks really good with the lighter pink too, but I'm glad we did a variation. It's fun to experiment and see. Look at that. That's really pretty. I love this extra grungy stuff in here too. That's something that is unique to gel printing that you can't really get any other way. Okay, that looks great. So now let's do another one back with the circle, and then I think we'll have enough pattern to start cutting out flowers. Okay, so we're coming back with the fluorescent magenta. Oops. Okay, and we're just going to put it all over, and we're going to rejoice because it is the most glorious color in the land. Okay. Okay, no, we don't want to let it dry. We want to put this on. Okay, and we're going to pull a print. I'm gonna do it over here. Get some of this. Cool. And then on this side, you can just do it wherever you want, doesn't matter. Okay, and then we're gonna put yellow over top like this because I want to keep that. Oh, come on. It's really having a hard time coming out here. I want to keep the fluorescent magenta the way it is. I don't want it to be influenced by this yellow because it's just so gorgeous. So this is how you can do that. You just leave the stencil on. I might need even a little bit more paint, but let's see. That's not quite enough. And I'm having a hard time getting it out, so we're just going to use a different one. This is golden permanent yellow. This should work better. Let's see. Yeah, I just want a real nice, bright, punchy kind of yellow in here. Okay, that looks fantastic. Okay, look at that. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. This is going to be great. Okay, we're ready for the next layer now. I'm going to put a little bit of white down. I just am putting white because I don't want any other color to influence what's here, and I just want it to be pure, bright color to pull this print. So that's why I'm using white, because, oh, oops, I was going to use that. That's okay. Because white is the color of the paper that we're working on. So that's why that works. Okay, nice thin layer. Make sure you can see your pattern underneath. That's perfect. Let's pull one more print here. I'm going to do right on the back of this other one. Testing the corner. Oh yeah, baby. This is exactly what I was hoping for. It's so good. It's perfect. It's literally perfect. Look at that. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I want a whole page of that. Isn't that amazing? Oh man, it's so good. Okay, and look, you can even see, so this is a really good example, where the yellow kind of overlapped with the fluorescent magenta. It gave us this like fluorescent tangerine color, which is outstanding. So you could mix these two colors together just on their own and get that color and make it. That's amazing. Okay, we're done with this for now, but isn't that fun? I don't know. I could gel plate for hours and hours and hours. So hopefully that was fun for you. Okay, let me clean up my space and we'll cut some flowers out. Okay, so now I've cut out a bunch of flowers and a few leaves. Look at, from this one piece of paper, look at how many flowers I got. And I could even do more of the smaller ones, some more leaves. And you know, we've got pattern from both sides. So many flowers just from this one piece of paper, and I didn't even use the whole paper, and I could. So I'm going to put this off to the side to use the rest later, but I just want to show you, oh, that bubble is bugging me. I just want to show you the flowers that we got. And so some of them, you know, if you want something with more white and just a little bit of pattern, you could use either side, but look at how cool these are. And now they have the fun patterns that are in the background already. Check out this with the yellow and the pink. Isn't that amazing? There's no other way I could have gotten this flower. And I also love this side too. Look at that. What if I layered this darker with the lighter, and look at how great that looks. So lots and lots of choices, and the fact that they're printed on both sides is also really great. So now we're going to finish it, and I'm really just going to add some flowers and maybe a quote, and I think it'll be done. I do kind of want some splatter. I think that would be fun. Let's see, probably gold, because gold is the best. So I'm going to start with that, some deep gold Amsterdam. And then what I want to do, actually, before I even do that, is decide which way is up for this canvas. Because this is pretty much, you know, just an abstract background at this point, it can go any way. So I'm going to look at it, okay, all four ways. So I highly encourage you to do this too. And you just give it a minute and just go with your gut, like what feels the best to you. Even for this one, which way do you like the best? I think I like it this way. Okay, so you pick what side is top and bottom, left, right, and now I can actually start adding my flowers, add some splatter and whatever else you want to put on your piece here. Now I'm just gonna use the pipette here and put a little bit in this well off to the side. Now this is liquid acrylic ink, excuse me, but it still can be watered down a little bit more to get good splatter. So I'm just going to put a little bit of water in there, and then I'm going to get a small brush and just going to mix that up. And I'm just going to put some splatter here and there. Splatter to me always just, I don't know, takes it up to the next level. It gives a little bit more visual interest and detail. I like to turn my canvas too so the splatter isn't all going in the same direction. And I kind of want it all over because this is just a, you know, abstract fun all over kind of project. I think that looks great. You could even take some and like just, you know, go down the side, maybe rub a little bit off so it's more of a wash. So as you're going on the side here, you got a little bit of gold peeking through. You know, you could take it and just do some little mark making. Why not? Okay, we've got some. Every little bit just adds a more interest, more depth, more things to look at, more for your brain to be stimulated by. And I like it. And this yellow is just kind of like adding little dashes. Anything you decide to do, you don't have to do it everywhere, but maybe do it in a couple places. It helps to give that sort of coherence and continuity too. Okay. Yeah, that looks so good. Okay, so now we've got a little bit of gold here and there. So let's see, I'm gonna pick what is going where. I really want to build up. I think I'm gonna have them kind of in this corner, and I don't have to use them all. I can use as many or as few as I would like. I'm gonna just like scrunch up the petals a little bit so they're not so flat. This is just regular copy paper, so easy to do. See, get a little dimension going. I like to just fold all the petals in and just kind of scrunch them and then fan it back out. And they look a little funky, but then, I don't know, I just like the way that looks. They're not all even, you know, and then I kind of pop them out like this, but then they still have that other little scrunch in there. So, that's what I like to do. It works pretty well. So now I'm just going to stick them all down. I don't even know if I'm going to use the leaves, honestly. I don't think I need leaves, but I'll keep those for another project for sure. Okay, so this is kind of what I'm going for. I'm going to take them off and get some glue and start sticking. I just wanted to get a feel for what was going on. Okay, I really want these to stick really well and to also be dimensional. And I want just a very bit, like a little bit of glue right in the center, obviously, because we want the petals sticking up. So I'm just using this 3D glue gel that I have, and I'm just taking off little bits. It's super thick. I don't even know if you can buy it anymore. So I'm not, you know, I'm sorry about that. Use whatever you have. You could use glue dots. You could use lots of different things here, but you just want some kind of adhesive that is going to stick really well and, you know, work on a mixed media kind of surface. Okay, so I'm just layering these as best I can, getting a little bit of glue and just going through each one. Okay, as a final touch, these look so great, but I think they would look even better if I put a little rhinestone in them. And look at this beautiful deep blue. I think it's just going to add like a really great punch here. Oh, yeah, I'm just going to stick some rhinestones in each of these. Okay, so to end this project, I mean, look at this is just so bright and wonderful and happy. Ooh, I love it. It's so lovely. I have the stamp set here. It's called Sunnyside Sentiments number 9. Okay. And so there is one in here that says, in a world where you can be anything, be kind. And I think that is super appropriate for now and really for always. So we're going to get that stamp out. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to use this on here. And so see, I think I want it to be I don't know, maybe like right here tucked in the flowers. Just a really nice way to finish it, give a nice message to this beautiful, happy, sort of sunshiny project. So I'm going to move this off to the side. I've got a scrap piece of paper here. I think we can use, yeah, that'll be good. And then I am going to use my stamping tool because I want to make sure I get good coverage for this. So we're just going to set our paper down in the sticky grid, put our sentiment where we want it, pick it up, easy breezy. I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm just gonna ink it. Okay. I've got some archival jet black, and we'll just ink this up really well, make sure we get good coverage. And then, but even if we don't, we can always do it again. And we will just pop it on here, make sure get a good impression. That looks great. There's a little bit of that K is not quite right. So let's just try one more time. Especially when I'm doing sentiments. I don't know. I really like to use this platform because I want to make sure you can really see the words really well. So I'm just pressing on the K. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Look it's perfectly crisp and wonderful. I'm going to take the stamp off, take this paper off here, and that is that. That is how quick and easy and awesome this tool is. And then I can just pop it right back in on the shelf where it lives, and it's always close by and ready to go. Okay, now I'm going to cut this out. I think I'm just going to use scissors because it is pretty simple shape here. Excuse me. Actually, now that I'm looking at it on here, I kind of want to break this up in a different way. I want the layout to be different, and you can decide that, you know, you can have it be however you want. So I definitely want the be kind to be right here. But then I think I want the other words to kind of be on this side instead of this side. It just kind of works with the layout a little bit better, in my opinion. So I'm going to cut these out. I think just in strips. I don't want each word separate. I don't think, anyway. Let's see where we go. But I'm just going to trim them up. And then I forgot, I also have this metallic wax in Pink Peony from Lisa Horton Crafts. And it's a really beautiful color. Look at it. And so I think I just want to pull a little bit of pink into the background, a tiny bit. It's a bit darker pink than these are, but I don't care. I want to see how it looks. Yeah. Okay, I just want to put it kind of on top of this white a little bit. It's going to bring out some of the texture. Oh, it's really good. So fun. The white just felt a little stark to me. Okay, so I was trying to think, how can I still like it to be white, but I want it to have just toned down a tiny bit. So I think this wax does a good job, and it's really pretty. Here we go. And so remember, whatever I'm doing to the top, I kind of want to do a little bit to the side. Doesn't have to be everywhere, but you want it to stay nice and cohesive. So, okay. And this is just a personal preference. If you like it to be completely white, keep it white. I think that looks pretty good. I do want some gold, okay, because this is just how you go about finishing. Just get little things here and there, add little details. This is Just Glitter Premium from Marvucita, and it's the most amazing glitter pen I've ever seen. I just did a little test here just to make sure it was ready. Look at how shimmery and glittery that is. It's so crazy. This is my favorite glitter pen by far. So I just want to, I want to outline this and give it just a little bit something extra. And this glitter pen is exactly the thing. It could also, I was just thinking regular gold you know, that acrylic ink, and that would also be beautiful, but this glitter is really pretty and sparkly. Okay, I'm going to use the 3D glue again because I want it to stand up just a tiny bit. So I'm going to start with Be Kind because I want to place that first. I want that to be in a very specific spot, and then everything else can kind of work around it. So let's see, I kind of have to move these off here. I'm going to lift this a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. I want you to see the whole word, but I also want it to be a little bit tucked in the flowers. Yeah. And nice and straight. Okay, how's that look? And now the rest of it, I'm going to work backwards in a world where you can be anything. So Be Anything is the next one I'll do. I'm just going to get a little bit of glue. And, oops. Okay, I want this one to be on this side and kind of stair-stepping up a little bit. There we go. All right, look at this. Oh, I love it so much. It's such a pretty, fun, happy, vibrant kind of project, and we've got things going on the sides, so the sides of the canvas aren't left out, and we have a beautiful sentiment. I just really love the way this turned out. We used a lot of mixed media supplies and techniques in here. I love the way that the flowers turned out, and the fact that I got to use my gel plate on this project always makes me happy. So I hope that you found some inspiration here today and enjoyed this as well. I would love to see your project if you decide to make this or something like it, or maybe you just do these techniques in a journal page or on a card or a scrapbook page, whatever it is. I would love to see how you're using the new Vicki Boutin collection. These are two of the pieces from the collection that I've used on this project. We used a couple of stencils and we die cut some of the flowers to use on the top of the canvas. So thanks so much for joining today. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up, like it. Could you leave a comment too? Let me know what you think of this video. Let me know if you'd like more videos like this, or if you have any questions about anything we did here today. And if you want to learn more about Sizzix products, you can visit Sizzix.com. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.